Okay, Tuesday, 5th of November 2024. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Travel Tuesday. Travel more. Travel. My road trip, story time. My road trip around Scotland, July 2024. So, really, the roots of this road trip would originate in, say, September 2014. When I had the desire, the plan, the ambition to visit the furthest north and the furthest south parts of the UK. At that time, in September 2014, I was in Land's End in Cornwall, and I thought, what's the opposite? John O'Groats, far north of Scotland. It'll be cool to go there. And didn't really think much of that idea in general over time and over months and years, didn't think much of it. And then one time in 2021, I can only suspect, I had the idea, let's go there. Let's do it. Let's drive there. Where it truly originated from, that idea, just one day I thought, let's do it. And I thought about it for a while and planning and deciding, thinking, pondering. I went for it. And now, I decided to drive there with my Hyundai Getz. Yeah, '07 Hyundai Getz, very nice. And I remember preparing things, the route, the Airbnb here and there, and this and that and that. You know, the route here, go this way, go there. And I remember thinking just before going, I was pleaded. Someone pleaded with me to delay it by a day, to delay things by a day, for different reasons here and there. And I thought instinctively no, and I said no, because I thought if you delay even by a day, another day, and another day, or on a week, just delay it by a month, just delay it by a year. It's a slippery slope. You delay it by that little amount, and it ends up being all this, so you end up delaying it by a year. Then before you know it, it's November 2024, and you haven't done it, because you kept delaying and delaying and delaying. No. Put the foot down and went for it, and did it. I drove north, went through the Lake District. You had to visit Grasmere, a nice little place. It was nice to be there again because I had plans as well to go there again, which I ended up doing, and I did some videos about this as well. Yeah, and went north there. Went to Annan, little village on the just north of the border. I remember recording a video as I was crossing the border as well. Annan, stayed there for the first night. So the very first bar fight as well. And that was a nice little way to welcome yourself to Scotland, a bar fight. Very nice. And then went around the west coast through Old Galloway Forest, beautiful forest. I remember Kurt Dugride, little village on the southwest coast. North to Ayrshire, through Ayrshire, went to Ayr, AYR, then straight from there to Glasgow, where I stayed with a friend for a few days. I can't remember exactly. A long weekend. Went into Glasgow here and there. This and that. He lived in Paisley at the time, and here and there. I went into Glasgow for the first time as well. That was nice. A little day trip where I took the train, wandered around the city all day. Unique place, very nice place indeed. And then continued north, went straight north to Fort William, which would end up being the first of 3 times thus far I would have gone to Fort William. That time I was just passing through a nice little Airbnb there, stayed there one night, checking out the area, videos, whatever else, pictures, then continued north. North. Entering now at this point the countryside, the highlands. That's an adventure and a half, that is. And every now and then there's winding roads, thin roads, castles every corner. I call them Scottish roller coasters. It's just always something going on here and there. You have to pay attention on those roads. On one side of a mountain it can be sunny, on the other it can be rainy. The weather changes like that. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So north from Glasgow, Fort William, north again. And then I think I was on a big push to get to Applecross, something like that. And luckily this was summer, so the days last really long. Sunrise is 5 a.m. and sets at 10 p.m. I remember 9 in that vicinity, which is really, really good. A lot of sun. And I remember driving, going through all sorts of cliffs and edges and beautiful scenery. And there was one little scenery, there's one little place I remember being in. One little road here, and it went like this. And on the horizon, there was nothing but green. Grass and green as far as I can see. And on the horizon itself were just rolling hills, nameless and numberless hills. So just hills, hills, hills in the distance beyond. And between those hills and here, there was just one road going straight. On either side, grass, lakes here and there. Not even sheep, just grass and bushes, lakes and the hills and beyond in the distance. At that point there, I felt this is the Highlands. At that point there, I felt the world is flat, because as far as I can see, there's nothing there. It's just beautiful, it's scarily beautiful. Beautiful and scary at the same time. And there's only me. Only me and my trusty Hyundai Getz. No one else around for who knows how many kilometres. No one. Just keep going. And I remember getting to Applecross. It was 3 p.m. and hours and hours until... no. Before Applecross, there's this famous mountain pass that a few people had mentioned, even in Annan, said it was a bit dangerous. Hairpin turns. Dangerous. 11 miles, so what's that? 16 or so, 17 or so kilometres. It was easy. That road was easy. It was easy. And it was just, a bit tricky. After passing places, get to the side every now and then. Easy, no real problems. Great fun. And even signs they're saying, do not travel. Not for amateur drivers, don't try in the winter. When this is the summer. In July, you couldn't have much better weather than that. And I could see how it's scary for some people. A bit tight here, a hairpin turn, you're going here, then suddenly you're going that way, then that way. It's a bit, you got to pay attention. But it's not particularly difficult. It's not as though the roads are razor thin and you've got to be very careful how to manoeuvre. No, it's just follow the road, keep to the right, or keep left or right, depending which way you're going, for other cars coming your way. That's it. Take it time. No real issues, and there's a nice break halfway. It was good, and once you get up, the down is easy. No problems. But I got to the side, to Applecross, a hamlet or something. There's barely any places there. There's more cars than people, more cars than houses there. 3 p.m, very early. And I thought, right, well, I've got little reception here. I need to get to the next place. I need to keep going. So then I'm all the way along here. Applecross is along here, and there's this peninsula here. And I forgot some other islands here, I forgot what they're called. So there's a peninsula. Either you go back for the mountain, and you go through the inland to continue this way, or you go around the peninsula, then you continue north. I decided to go around the peninsula, then north. And for maybe an hour or something, I had no reception on my phone, no reception on the radio, apart from shanty music. All kinds of cheerful fisherman shanty music. Very unique. Perfect reception. I forgot what the name it was now, the Isle of something, but perfect reception to that fisherman music. Everything else, no chance. But simple road, just straight around, nice curve, back on the main road. After about an hour or so, desperate for internet connection, desperate for reception. But then kept going north. And I remember coming into this nice little cliff area here. I think I could break there as well, talking to a few people here and there. Everyone's on their own little adventure, own little road trip. I just kept going. I think I was there for an hour as well. And I kept looking, what time is sunset? It was 10 o'clock, right. Can we get to Ullapool in the next hour or two? Yeah, we can. We could just about push it. Kept driving north, winding roads, cliffs and all the rest. I remember one particular road going up it, and there was a nice little cliff edge here, and there's a little caravan there. And then the road went down, curved down, then a little flat, then went back up again. And that caravan, the people staying there must have had a magnificent view of the whole valley or something. Valleys and mountains and crevasses and all kinds of things everywhere. V-shaped valleys everywhere. It's beautiful. Drove past it, kept going. Got to Ullapool, nice little town on the northwest of Scotland. Just in time. So I thought, let's go to Tesco's, let's get some food, let's get something. I got some bread and soup, easy basic stuff, that'll do for now. And I had no plans to sleep anywhere, but I thought at least once in this adventure I wanted to sleep in the car. And that was the first time ever. I pulled up on this little road just north of the town, North Road. on the side of the road, left-hand side of the road, whatever, this is 11 p.m, watching some videos, eating something, some bread and soup, basic stuff, but just something. And I'm just looking around, hoping, darkness. Let's try and get some sleep, and sleeping, and every half an hour or so waking up, everything's okay, and sleeping. Waking up every now and then, and whatever. And at night, I noticed there was something outside in the window. There's this strange black thing wandering around, this strange thing, four-legged black, pure black, pitch black thing wandering around. And I thought, I hope that's a cat. I really do think it's a cat. I'm pretty sure it's a cat. Sleeping, waking up, sleeping, waking up. 4 a.m, just as sunrise is happening, something like that. I'm alive, I'm awake. Straight away, I'm like a flash, quick as a flash, I'm wide awake. I remember sending a message to my friends saying, what an adventure, I did it once, slept in the car, I did it, not very much, I didn't sleep very much, but I did it overall. How cool is that? And just wide awake, got in the car, did a U-turn and drove off, and as I was turning and all the rest, I saw the black thing in the forest and bushes beside me, panicking, running around here and there, and I thought, yeah, it's a cat. It's a cat that got startled as it woke up in the morning, yeah. Went back into Ullapool, got some petrol, drove off, north again. Now, this, I remember distinctly, was the 14th of July, because I went from the northwest corner of Scotland all the way to the northeast corner. I remember driving up north, stopping a little bridge here and there, some nice scenery, going via Tong, a little town called Tong. I was in breakfast there with my little camping stove and soup, and there was this nice little, I remember in the north there was a nice little bay somewhere around the bay here, and I remember also in the distance there's a nice little road that went flat and straight up, and there were these construction men watching me, and I thought, yeah, let's put on a show for them, driving really fast up this hill, vroom, yes. And then I thought, that guy knows his stuff, he knows how to drive. Yeah, it was really fun driving. Went up it, and I arrived at John O'Groats. That was the mission right there. I did a video about this as well, about having a clear goal, clear objective with regards to travel. And in this situation, it was get to John O'Groats, the very north of the UK. Got there, took loads of pictures, had a nice little celebratory time. I got the little parking receipt there, still have that in England. Yeah, and it was good, glad I did it, achieved it, mission accomplished. And that was the 14th of July 2024. And after that, I said, now it's just the return journey, John O'Groats. Just turn back and go south. And as I was leaving John O'Groats, maybe 10 in the morning, I guess, really can't remember, around that time, it was just pure sun. Nothing but sun. Nothing but sun actually, will end up being a good few weeks as well. Something like that. Just went south. Drove south. Actually, the road there's a motorway on the east side. The west side is just country lanes, good luck, a Scottish roller coaster, whoa, all those sorts of stuff. East side, nice little big motorway, easy stuff. And someone mentioned there's this thing called the A500, some certain travel route. And it turns out that I was actually driving a good, 3/4, 2/3 of that, because it's from certain points in Scotland, all along here, this route. But I ended up doing a good 2/3 of it along here, just by chance, by coincidence. Up through here, Applecross, Ullapool, John O'Groats, then down into, I guess it would be Inverness or towards St Andrews or something like that. I don't think it'd be that far south, but something like that. And I was doing the outer part, not supposed to inner part, but I could have done that. I chose not to. Chose the scenic route, the exciting route. It's nice to have the return journey taking a different route than the way you took to get there in the first place. So we kept driving south. I remember stopping at a nice little base somewhere for a quick swim, something to eat, keep going south, motorway basically, easy lane, just south and sun, and naively thought, it must always be sunny like this in Scotland. I instinctively knew it wasn't, but for history and cultural reasons, but I thought this is very nice weather, very nice. It's going south, and went via Cairnorms, and Cairnorms is this natural park, nature park, in the northeast of Scotland. rolling hills everywhere, cool, crisp morning air. Took some photos and pictures there, and that reminded me of Wales. That did, but a little bit more flat, just as dense, but flatter. The places were flatter, but it was beautiful to be there again. Well, to be there in the first place. Went past Balmoral Castle, famous royal estate in the UK. I stopped at Inverness that night. No, that's it. I went out John O'Croats, then I went to Inverness. And in Inverness, I stayed there in the car again for the second time, in this car park that was in the forest, not far from the Battle of Culloden, which I didn't go to see, but it would be nice to see it again. But I think it would be nice to see it, but I think it would just be a field, a battleground. But it'd be cool to see it. It's been nice, nice to see. You never know. And stayed in that car park for the second night, trying to get some sleep, sleeping every now and then waking up, and there was this black van that turned up in this car park and parked near me, or not far from me, I remember, and there was another camper van over there. I remember thinking of it, oh no, who's this in the black van? But nothing really happened. But sleeping in the car for the second time, and then at dawn, woke up, just got out of there quick, drove on south to Cairns. Driving through Cairns, nice little place, past Balmoral, on the east coast, St Andrews, I guess. I don't know exactly. I can picture it, but I forgot what it's called. A place on the east coast, then going along south towards, I want to say Blackburn, Falkirk, somewhere. I remember going to a castle in between Glasgow and Edinburgh, and a bit north, in between and a bit north. I remember that. And then going to Edinburgh as well. And I also remember, just after I left Glasgow, I went to this little village northwest of it, because that was where supposedly William I forgot the name now, some famous Scottish king was buried, or myth or legend has it was buried there, but I couldn't find it. Okay, William Wallace, that's it. And Edinburgh, stayed there. The same friend I met in Glasgow, he was going to I left Glasgow on the Monday. I got to Edinburgh on the Thursday, a bit ahead of time, a good day or so ahead of time. And I was there for the whole weekend. Left on the Monday, and my friend there as well from Glasgow. He was in Edinburgh for the weekend. We met there. He took the short route. I took the scenic route. Yeah. And so I was there for a good few days, check out the place, photos, everything, videos, check out the place here and there, because I had been to Edinburgh once before in February 2009, so it was nice to be there again after 12, 13 odd years, 12 odd years, really nice to be there. And it was nice little place, sunny, nothing but sun. Went to a few museums here and there, check out the city in general. Yeah, and then left it, then went south towards the border, the English border. And now, in the English-Scottish border, on the west side of the border, the east side, there's a very famous passing with two rocks. The border's here, and there's two rocks. One saying, "Welcome to England," the other one saying, "Welcome to Scotland." And I got a picture in front of both of them, and passed through it, went towards Newcastle, so I spent some time there, because Newcastle is a very nice little city, very nice place to be, very cheerful, upbeat, very, very nice. I was first there in February 2019, and that was my second time being there, and I'd also go again in June 2022, so always nice place to be there. So Newcastle, spent a few days there, met a friend there as well. Then after that, I went to Hartlepool, because there's this interesting legend about a monkey, a literal monkey that was hung there 200 years ago or so during the Napoleonic Wars. A monkey that was mistaken to be a spy of sorts, and he was hung, and now there's a wishing well there. So I wanted to see it to prove, to confirm it. And yes, there's a wishing well there on the coast, on the harbour. I saw it, great. Then went straight south. I went south. I went to Whitby, I remember briefly, for an hour or so. I got free parking, so I parked there, check it out, have a look round. And then I went south to York. First time in Whitby, then York. So York's an interesting, magical place, I feel now. Went there for about 2 hours as well. Just enough for free parking. Great, check it out. Scorching sun. Checking out the, I forgot the name of the little shanty, little alleyway now. forgot what it's called, I was there briefly, checking it out, nice little place, and the castle wall. Yep, got in the car, straight southwest. I remember going through as well Buxton in the Peak District briefly, and I would go again in Buxton in New Year's 2022-3. Very nice New Year's as well. Then I went south to Uttoxeter, southwest to Uttoxeter, then just south and back home. I was away in total for 2 weeks, and I did around 2,000 or so kilometers. A beautiful, priceless adventure that evidently years later warrants its own video. A beautiful adventure. So happy I did it. And then about a few weeks later, 3 weeks later, there was a place I wanted to go to in Wales, in northwest Wales, called Portmeirion, that I had not been to since September 2010. And I wanted to go again, just felt it was really cool. And then I thought to myself, hang on a minute, you're willing to drive 2,000 miles all the way around Scotland, but not willing to just do a few hundred kilometres round trip in a day. Portmeirion and back. Wasn't willing to do it. And I thought, this is a Tuesday, I guess, I can't remember. And I just thought, on Sunday I'm going to do it. I remember it was Sunday the 16th of August 2021, and I thought, I'll just do it. Or maybe the 15th, but I'm sure the 16th. And I thought, I'll just go. Just go there and do it, and done. Planned it, did it, achieved it, went there. Wow, done. Very, very happy. And the biggest thing I learned from that experience, that journey overall, was resourcefulness. It's possible, just, it could be resourceful. I needed to sort this out, or achieve this, or do that, and just do it. Another big thing I remember learning as well is, when I was in Edinburgh, there was this hill called Arthur's Seat, just outside the city, I guess, just next to the city. I remember climbing it. It was easy, 15-minute, whatever. And there was another hill next to it. And I thought, well, let's climb that as well. It looks a bit distant, it looks far, I can't really tell. But I thought, no, next time in the city, next time. But then I thought, well, when is next time? When's the next time going to be in Edinburgh? Well, that was July 2021. I've not been since. So I thought, let's just climb it. 15 minutes later, I was at the top of the hill over there. No regrets. Extremely happy I climbed it. Because had I not climbed it, had I not pushed to climb it there and then, I still wouldn't have climbed it today. So, whatever. Same with Portmeirion in northwest Wales. I thought, just go for it, and I eventually did it. No regrets. Happy. Very happy I did it. Powerful stuff. And the resourcefulness in the sense of we can do this, we can achieve it, we can manage it, we can create it, we can build it. Just imagine and do it and push. And that was a good example. The Portmeirion. And that hill, I forgot what it's called. It's Arthur's Seat and something else. But anyway, I climbed it, and John O'Groats did it. Very happy. And in the end, over the next few years, which would be over a year ago now, in September 2023, I would end up going to the far east of the UK. And in November 2023, actually, as well, I would go to... Was it really November 23? Yeah, I can't remember really. No, November 22. September 22 furthest east, November 22 furthest west in the UK. And also the highest in June 2022, the highest point, and in September 22, lowest point, 6 meters below sea level. So all the corners of the UK covered. Wow, I did a video about that as well. That's amazing. I'm very, very happy. Just nice to be well travelled. Nice to have gone to all these places and pushed to see and do and achieve and create and go there and be there, and it's priceless. There's a few more little corners of the UK here and there, Torquay, Cambridge, that I've not been to, but yeah, the vast majority been to, and that's really cool. And that was a priceless adventure around Scotland. The nature, the countryside, Dalbeatty, all sorts of little corners here and there, Moscow in Ayrshire. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where else. Yeah, and there's a few castles here and there. Yeah, amazing, priceless adventure. Scotland is very similar to Wales, except Wales is more compact. North Wales especially is more compact, mountains here and there. To get around is just an hour. But in Scotland, the Highlands, basically further north you go from Edinburgh and Glasgow, it's just the Highlands there, and it's just much more spread out, and it's its own unique adventure. And I remember thinking also, somewhere in the Highlands, I thought, this here is on the same island as Birmingham and London and Oxford and Cambridge and Liverpool and Manchester. It's 8 to 12 hour drive, but it's the same island, same place. That's amazing, which highlights that there's a lot of nature in the UK that people overlook, are not aware of, ignore, whatever. Wow. And it's one of those things where I've got no regrets. And that's self-evident because I'm doing a video about it years later. And wow, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah. Amazing. Just one of those priceless adventures. Go out into the world and conquer nature. Travel. No regrets. I did some videos about this as well, actually. Conquer nature, travel, have no regrets. Amazing experiences. So happy I did it. Yeah. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Yeah. Subscribe for more. You will see me tomorrow.